Ethiopian first Fall Festival. We're honored to have you all here today. Thank you very much for coming here. It is a pleasure and honor to have you all today. My name is Basufakad Kasim Faleka. I have been a resident of Alexandria City for 11 years. I have worked as a community advisor for the former Chief of Police Mike Brown at the Alexandria Police Department. I have been an active advocate for Ethiopia and Ethiopians for the last 18 years. We organized the Fall Festival so we all could celebrate our culture, get to know each other, work together for our community's objective, concern, and interest. The festival is organized by various civil organizations, business owners, and individuals. We arrive with different cultures, religions, attitude, customs, yet somehow came together as one nation. Inclusiveness is the very essence of the Ethiopian-American Fall Festival that represents today. These inter-community events are uniquely American way of honoring your home country while embracing your new homeland. By bringing people together with food, music, art, crafts, and community, we embrace what is uniquely Ethiopian: peace, love, and unity. That is why I believe this festival is a testament to the success of our country, the United States, and an extraordinary place we have, which is an extraordinary place that we live in here today. We have speakers today from various government representatives, but before I introduce the government officials, the first speaker is Gannet Nuguse, who's event coordinator. Gannet is from Global Ethiopian Advocacy Nexus and a partner with American Ethiopian Public Affairs. She is advocate for Ethiopian. She's been working for the last 2 months tirelessly to organize this event. Please welcome Gannet Nuguse with a round of applause. Thank you.
Thank you, Basu. As a person living in Virginia and a citizen of this country who came a long way from Ethiopia to pursue the American dream, it is with a great deal of honor and humility that I speak before you today. It gives me such a pleasure to celebrate our heritage and beautiful culture we have brought here with us from our country of birth. Virginia has been a great place for our community. We have been present in Virginia for over 50 years now. This is half a century. The first Ethiopian arrived in late 1960s. We are already third generation Americans. It's been an incredible success story. Thousands of businesses have been opened by community members. Currently, there are over 100,000 Virginians of Ethiopian descent, making us one of the largest immigrant population in the States. And there's 250,000 across the DMV area. Most of us have done well assimilating. Ethiopian food has been very popular. The Ethiopian-American community is also increasingly becoming politically active both on local and national issues, particularly on policies that affect Ethiopia. It is our hope that today's festival is only the beginning of a legacy that will become part of Virginians' tradition for generations to come. For me personally, the rights and privilege of being an American are special. With that comes a civic duty to participate in exercising citizenship rights and obligation. As a community, my hope is that we can organize, be more active politically, engage our lawmakers to listen to our concerns. We will also need to become a voting bloc that votes on issues that matter most to us. So, before I conclude my message, I want to say a few words about the current urgent situation in Ethiopia. Most of us have connections and concerns about our country of birth. Ethiopia is going through a challenging time. However, we are hopeful Ethiopia will overcome the challenges that are facing the country and its people. It all started when the northern Ethiopian military base of Ethiopia was attacked by disgruntled elements in the government and massacred thousands of military men and women in their sleep. Most in our community believed the government of Ethiopia also made history by conducting the first peaceful and democratic election of its kind, with more than 40 million of its citizens participating in the election. We're hopeful this attempt to establish a democratic order by Ethiopia and its citizens is something the United States is going to support. We also hope our elected officials and the candidates running for office here in Virginia will encourage the democratic process taking root in Ethiopia. We hope that you stand with us and the people of Ethiopia. And if you want to learn more, we look forward to continuing our engagement with you and sharing our thoughts. Finally, on behalf of our community, we want to express our gratitude to the elected officials who represent us and the amazing candidates who are running for office throughout the state of Virginia. Some among them are here in person. Those who are unable to stop by have sent us a message of their good wishes. You have shown us that you care about this community. You have chosen to take the time to recognize our community, engage with our community leaders, stand by us, to be here with us to celebrate our culture and heritage at the Fall Festival. For that, we say thank you. We also want to thank our American neighbors, friends, and co-workers from all kinds of different backgrounds for being here with us. And thank you. God bless you, God bless America, and God bless Ethiopia. Thank you.
That message, we appreciate it. I hereby would like to recognize the following officials who support Ethiopian here today. Bo Machao, Regional Director for Office of Senator Mark Warner. Councilman John Chapman, City of Alexandria. Councilman Kanik Aguirre, City of Alexandria. Kirk Mike Pike, candidate for City Council. Abdul Rahman Elbai, candidate for School Board. Maren Teklo, former candidate for City of Alexandria. And now I would like to invite Mr. Mesfin Tagene, Chairman of the American Ethiopian Public Affairs Committee. Please welcome Mr. Mesfin.
Thank you. Good afternoon. Thanks everyone for being here. Thank you the elected officials for being here today. This gathering was organized within probably 3 weeks by very energetic Virginia residents. Please, I would like to acknowledge first the group that put together this group, and in particular, I would like all of us to give our hands to Gannat, who actually spearheaded this, working 24/7. Thank you, Gannat. As my name is Mesfin Tagano, the chairman of the Ethiopian-American Public Affairs Committee that organizes Ethiopian Americans across the country. Our organization is established to advance U.S. interest in the Horn of Africa, in the African region, with a pro-Ethiopia agenda. So we believe advancing U.S. interest and protecting Ethiopian interests go hand in hand. We would like all of you to come and join us. We have a booth for more information. Please come, get information, get engaged. As you all know, November 2nd is an election day. as Americans of Ethiopian descent, it's our citizenship responsibility to get involved, to vote. Not getting involved, not voting is not an option. Staying home is not an option. It's our responsibility, civic duty to get engaged. So we ask all of you, your friends, people who you know, Americans of Ethiopian descent, friends of Ethiopia, and any of our neighbors, friends, colleagues, please invite them to come to the booth and make your voice known. We have few things that we are pushing at this point. The African Growth and Opportunity Act, which Ethiopia is a member of, is threatened at this point, and we would like all of you to stop by at the booth and get your voice heard, so that Ethiopia remains eligible for AGWA, which covers about close to 230,000 jobs in Ethiopia, and about 1 million lives would be impacted if this was not to be the case. So let's get engaged, let's get involved. Nothing get involved is not an option. Please vote. Voting is your personal choice. But we ask you again and again, please go to the polls on November 2nd. Thank you, and thanks again.
Let's give another round of applause for Mr. Mesfin, a chairman of the American Ethiopia Public Affairs Committee. This organization has been established in a short period of time, but it's making a big difference within the Ethiopian community nationwide. Thank you. Now I would like to invite official speakers to the stage. I will call you one by one, but before I do that, Mayor Justin Wilson of Alexandria just arrived, so I would like to recognize him. Mayor. Thank you. Our first speaker will be Bo Machawo. He's the regional director for Senator Mark Warner's office.
Diaspora community, not only as a bloc, but also in developing foreign policy that fits the diaspora community. So your engagement with myself, with folks in Senator Warner's office and with Senator Warner himself are critical and pivotal to establishing his relationship. He is currently the chairman of the Intelligence Committee and also the chairman of the subcommittee. He's the chairman of the subcommittee, the Trade Subcommittee on Finance as well. Both pivotal to issues that the Ethiopian diaspora care about when it comes to AGOA, when it comes to just communication between our two countries as well. Unfortunately, he couldn't be here today, but he did provide a message. It's so good to see so many of you all here. It's so good to be with so many of Senator Warner's friends who are sitting on the Alexandria City Council, and looking forward to continuing engagement with all of you all. Thank you.
For Bo, he's doing a remarkable job for the African diaspora community. Thank you. We have a message, an audio message from Senator Mark Warner, and we'll play that right now.
I'm Virginia Senator Mark Warner, and I want to say a happy Ethiopian-American festival and congratulate the growing Ethiopian community that's here in Virginia, in the district, and in Maryland as well. I am so proud of the contributions that have been made by the whole African diaspora, but particularly Ethiopia, during my time as governor and senator. I know there are challenging times in Ethiopia right now, but the future of the country and the region is bright, and the Ethiopian community's contribution to the community in Virginia has never been more important. Again, congratulations.
We also received an audio message from Governor Terry McAuliffe, who is also a candidate for governor of Virginia.
Yeah, I thank you for giving me this opportunity. I'm Terry McAuliffe. I'm running to be the 74th governor of the Commonwealth of Virginia. As you know, I was the 72nd governor. And when I took office last time, our economy was in chaos. I got to work, I built that new Virginia economy, created 200,000 new jobs, personal income went up 14%, reduced unemployment in every city and county. In addition, largest investment in public education in the history of Virginia. redesigned our high schools, got rid of 5 SOLs. We had way too many tests here in Virginia. Teachers were teaching the tests, kids were learning to memorize. We built a great new education system here, a great new economy. We made it open and welcoming to everybody. I'm now running to be the 74th governor of the Commonwealth of Virginia. Record investment in public education. We got to pay our teachers above the national average for the first time ever. Absolutely critical for us. Got to make sure we get every at-risk 3 and 4-year-old access to pre-K, and we need to make sure that every child gets access to quality broadband. Big, bold ideas. That's why I'm running for governor. I need your help. You need to get out and vote. It's the most important election. I'm running against a Trump wannabe, a Trump in khakis, who's been endorsed by Trump 6 times. He says the most important issue facing Virginia is election integrity. No, it's not. It's jobs, education, it's healthcare. Big differences in this race. I will keep Virginia open and welcoming, treating everybody with dignity and respect, no matter the color of one's skin or who they pray to or whom they love. As governor, I will keep Virginia, and we will build the best economy in the country. I need your help. Go vote.
Thank you. That was a message from Governor Terry McAuliffe, who's a candidate for governor for Virginia this upcoming election. As you heard, the message is important. Vote on November 2nd. The following audio is from another candidate for governor. It's Glenn Youngkin. Will be another audio message for us.
Hello everybody, this is Glenn Youngkin. I'm running for governor, and I want to thank you for letting me join you for your event, and I'm sorry I'm not at the fall festival with you. The Ethiopian community has made immense contributions to Virginia, and I'm so happy that we are all Virginians. We're going to work together to build further bridges so that we can, in fact, make Virginia the best place to live, work, and raise a family. We're going to make sure that we bring down our cost of living. We're going to cut taxes. We're going to eliminate the grocery tax and double people's standard deductions and have the largest tax rebate in the history of Virginia. It'll be worth $1,400, almost $1,500 for every family of 4 in Virginia. We're going to make our schools so much better. We're going to invest the largest school budget in the history of Virginia, raising teacher salaries, investing in facilities, investing in special education, but also raising the standards and expectations for our children and introducing charter schools. We're going to make our communities safe again. We're going to invest in law enforcement and also our mental health system. But we also are going to go to work creating jobs and improving the economy. And as part of that, we in fact are going to cut regulations. We're going to invest in training so that we can have the best workforce. We are going to get Virginia moving and create 400,000 jobs together and 10,000 new startup businesses. But we're also going to explore expanding our trading relationships with Ethiopia. I mean, we should in fact be deeply engaged in trade for coffee and spices and knit and woven materials and electrical machinery. There are all kinds of opportunities that we can go explore together. Finally, I ask you to get out and vote. Exercise your constitutional rights. Go to the polls and cast your vote for your next governor. And I ask you to vote for me, please. We together can build an amazing Virginia. So thank you for letting me join you. I hope you have a great fall festival. And let's make Virginia the best state in America to live, work, and raise a family.
Thank you. Now I would like to invite to the stage Mayor Justin Wilson, City of Alexandria.
Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Thank you so much for having me this afternoon. It is great to be with you. We dialed up a beautiful day of weather for this festival that we are in charge of in local government, so you're welcome. You know, we are so proud to host, among our immigrant population, the largest country in our immigrant population is our population from Ethiopia, and we are so proud that in Alexandria, the Ethiopian diaspora is well represented in our city. Thank you so much for the contributions that the population from Ethiopia makes to our community, our culture, our economy, our food, all that you do for our community. Thank you so much. We are so proud to host such a huge Ethiopian population in our city. We also especially want to thank you for the last 2 years. As we have been fighting COVID in this community, we have enjoyed some incredible partnerships with so many wonderful community organizations serving the Ethiopian community who have worked so hard to make sure we get testing, critical information about the virus and vaccines out to so many in our community. And so thank you for that wonderful partnership. We will build on that partnership in the future to make sure our community stays safe long in the future. Thank you so much for having me today. I hope you have a wonderful festival. And as all the recordings that you heard from a couple minutes ago said, please make sure you turn out and vote. Early voting is on every single day right now at our registrar's office and at Beatley Library. And then if you want to wait until November 2nd, we have precincts all over our city on November 2nd from 6 a.m. to 7 p.m. Thank you all so much for being here and have a wonderful festival.
Next speaker is Councilman John C. Chapman. I've known John Chapman for the last 8 years. He's a good friend of Ethiopia. Councilman, welcome. I'd like to invite you to the stage.
Good afternoon, everybody. It does give me great joy to be here. As was said, I've been on City Council for the last 8 years, and during my time on City Council, I have met countless people from our local Ethiopian community. They've been parents of students in our schools concerned about the education that their kids are going to get. There have been a number of business owners, such as Bazoo and others, that I have met and talked about how we can build our businesses here in the city, what we need to do locally to continue to attract and help you sustain your businesses and push those out to the greater community. That work is not work that's done overnight. That's work that is consistent work that needs to be done day after day, week after week, month after month, year after year. And I've been committed to that and want to be continued to be committed to that. So it's great to see the entrepreneurs back in the back. I hope you get a chance to visit them. But those same entrepreneurs are going to need local help, and they're going to need folks on City Council and other elected bodies to support and advocate for them. We need to advocate for local dollars that go to sustain their businesses, because as you've seen over the last few months of the pandemic, many of these businesses have struggled. As our city continues to grow, we need to make sure there's space for not only the entrepreneurs that are here, but the entrepreneurs that are here to come. We have a great opportunity for that with the right leadership. We have a great opportunity to have great classroom spaces for the young people that are here. But we know there are going to be more of them coming. So we need to make sure we have good schools for them and that they're able to learn, to live, and grow and contribute to our community and the greater community. So I look forward to hoping to get your support. Feel free to ask me any questions. Reach out to me, whether it's here while I'm here, whether it's on social media. Please reach out. We're local. We can touch you. You can touch us. Do not be strangers. We shouldn't be strangers. This is our community together. And I want to be able here to support you and help you build it. I don't want to be in the way. I want to partner with you. So if you reach out to me, I'll reach out to you and we can make that happen. Again, John Taylor Chapman, and I look forward to continuing to serve you. Thank you.
Thank you, Councilman John Chapman. Our next speaker is Councilman Kanek Aguirre, City of Alexandria. Please come to the stage.
Salam. Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Kanek Aguirre. I am one of your city council members. I'm in my first term. And, in case you're busy on November 2nd, you might not be able to make it out to vote that day. It's okay, because like the mayor said, we have early voting. If you live on the West End, you can actually go to Beatley Library, and from 1 p.m. to 8 p.m., you can vote early. Or you could go across the street from City Hall at at the election office, which is going to be open from 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. Monday through Friday. And then also Saturday, we have early voting as well. So just keep that in the back of your head in case you can't make it November 2nd. Otherwise, November 2nd, 6 a.m. to 7 p.m., you're able to go vote. I myself am a son of immigrants. We have a lot of shared stories in the immigrant community. And so coming to a new country, there's a lot to learn, there's assimilation, there's a meshing of cultures. And so I'm very excited to see the organizing within the Ethiopian community. I used to work in the school system here in Alexandria. And I always used to look at the Ethiopian community, and I saw how big it was, how rich the culture was. But I kept on wondering, where's the organization? Where's the organization? And now it's finally coming to fruition. And you actually already had your first Ethiopian candidate for city council as well, Ms. Maron, who's going to be coming up to speak in a little bit as well. And the last thing that I want to mention to all of you, for anyone that can't vote, and even those who can vote, your voices matter. You have influence in what this city does, and how it operates. We have a number of boards and commissions across the city: transportation, arts, sister cities, the budget and fiscal affairs. There are so many things that we can use your input so that you have a say in the direction that this city takes. You can find all that information online, or you can come talk to Councilman Chapman, the mayor, myself. We're very, very open. Please come up and talk to us whenever you have anything on your mind. We're more than happy to help out and help push whatever you guys want to try and do here in the city. We're so excited to be here with all of you, and so excited it's a beautiful day and we're having such a great festival. So thank you to the organizers, and thank you to all of you for being here today.
Thank you, Councilman Aguirre. I would like to invite to the stage a candidate for City Council, Mr. Kirk Mike Pike.
Thank you very much, and thank you to Gannett and the organizers of this event. Congratulations on having such an involved and active community here in Alexandria, and having picked the most beautiful weekend of the entire autumn for your festival. I'm Kirk McPike, and I'm proud to be one of the 6 Democratic candidates running for City Council in Alexandria this year, and you can vote for all 6 of us. In my day job, I'm Chief of Staff to a member of Congress, and here in this city, I've served for the last several years on the Budget Advisory Committee. And I'm running for City Council to put all of that experience to work for you, to help our city overcome the effects of this pandemic, to support our schools, and to tackle our long-term challenges like broadband internet access and affordable housing. I came to Alexandria 10 years ago to run Adam Ebbins' campaign for the Virginia Senate, and I fell in love with Alexandria because it's a beautiful place to live. But it's not just beautiful because of its parks and its historic old town and its schools. It's beautiful because of the diverse range of people who make Alexandria its home. And I'm running for council to ensure that each and every one of you who call Alexandria home today can still be a part of our city in the future, that you won't be priced out by the housing crisis, that you won't be forced to move to find a good school for your kids. If I am elected to City Council, I hope that you'll contact me, but I'm not going to wait for you to do that. I'm going to hold town halls all across this city, both online and in person, so I can hear from you and make sure that your council in Alexandria is reflecting your needs and responding to your concerns. Have a wonderful time at the Fall Festival. I'm so happy to see so many businesses here. Thank you so much for having me, and I look forward to having the opportunity to speak with you either today or into the future. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Mike Pike. Now I'd like to invite to the stage our own Meron Teklu. Meron Teklu ran for City Council in the last election. She's an aspiring young Ethiopian, and I encourage all the young Ethiopians to learn from her and run for office. Please welcome Meron Teklu.
Hello, Nkwana Darasachu. My name is Meron Teklu. I am a former candidate for Alexandria City Council. I am a daughter of Ethiopia. I am a daughter of America. And here I am to remind you that November 2nd, we have a critical election coming up. As you know, your voice is important, and we want your voice to be heard. There are numerous conflicts going on back home, and it's a time for us to remember that in the fight for democracy, change happens locally, in your neighborhoods, in your schools, in all of our political systems. And it's up to us as individuals to grasp our voice and enact the change that we want to see. So today is a beautiful day. Thank you to our organizers for celebrating with us the first Ethiopian Fall Festival. It is so wonderful. I cannot tell you how wonderful it is to see your faces today. Our community is vibrant. We have a vast, large history behind and future. And it's important for us to continue to mobilize, to gather like this, and to celebrate all that we have in our contributions here in the United States, back home in Ethiopia, but also in the larger conversation of the global diaspora. So I hope you will join me in voting this upcoming election, November 2nd. We have a variety of wonderful candidates across the ballot, and I hope that you make your voice heard, because change really does start with you, and I hope you realize the power of your voice. So thank you so much.
Thank you, Meron. Another round of applause for Meron Teklu, and I'm pretty sure she will win the next election. Our next speaker is Abdul Rahman El Nubai. He's candidate for school board.
Good afternoon, everyone. Thanks for having us here on this beautiful day, beautiful festival. Again, my name is Abdel Arnoubi, and I'm running for school board in the city of Alexandria. I'm also a son of immigrants from Alexandria, Egypt. So as a fellow African, I'm also glad to be here. And I'm running for school board because I believe that every child, no matter how they look like, no matter where they're from, what they speak, what their names sound like my two kids who happen to be Muslim and, kids of color, that they have an equal opportunity to succeed and that they have a bright future ahead of them. And where they get depends on how hard they work, not based on who they are. And that happens when we have good elected officials in office who really care about the community, who understand the importance of representation. Having lived under dictatorship, where I saw what happens when you don't have representation, when you have officials who are not elected, don't care about the community. So a little bit about what school board does, because we're in the ballot this November 2nd. If you live in Alexandria, it's very important. It's the last race on the second page. So don't skip it. Make sure you vote for school board members. I'm happy to talk to anyone after this about the school board race. But school board, we do three main things. We set school policy, budget, and we oversee the school operations, which is run by the superintendent. So it's very important to vote for school board, even if you don't have kids in the school system, because if you live in Alexandria, a good chunk of your tax money, your local tax money, thanks to Justin Wilson, goes to the schools. So you should have a say in how that money is spent by voting for school board. And the last thing I want to address is, and something I can certainly relate to, and I heard when I was at the booth there, at the Democratic booth, is some of us here, some of you are upset about America's foreign policy towards Ethiopia, right? I'm not going to talk about foreign policy because as school board, we don't get involved in foreign policy, right? But I can relate. As someone, again, I'm from Egypt. Right now, as we speak, there are 100,000 political prisoners in Egypt, right? I'm not happy with the foreign policy of the US towards Egypt. We're giving some tax money to the dictator who's killing his people in Egypt. But it doesn't do me any good. It doesn't do Alexandria any good. It doesn't do my community any good if I vote against the party of the president, if I vote against the Democratic Party, if I go vote against someone like Justin Wilson, who I know is an amazing mayor, is going to do amazing things for the city, or vote against someone who's running for State House, it doesn't do me any good. It doesn't do them any good. Because local and state office, it has nothing to do with foreign policy. It's all about the community here. It's all about our children and the future of our children. And it's all about the community. It's all about our roads, our schools. And it actually, if you vote someone in office just because you're mad and a protest vote, and get someone in who won't look after our interests, it defeats the purpose. People are going to start losing faith in democracy. When you vote for someone, he goes in and then he messes up and he doesn't have our best interests at heart. So I just want to leave you with this. Vote for who you know has the best interest of the community here at heart, who's going to make sure that we all, our children, everyone, is treated fairly, treated equally, has a bright future, and looking forward to serving you on the school board in Alexandria. Thank you so much for having us here. Have a great afternoon.
Thank you, Abdul. Abdul makes a great point, and we appreciate that. I'd like to say a few points, and since we have a lot of Democrat candidates and Democratic Party officials here and are among us, as you know, I've been a lifelong Democrat. I became U.S. citizen 6 years ago, and I've been voting as a Democrat for the past 5-6 elections. However, as I want the Democrat Party representative to know the sentiment of the Ethiopian people. Ethiopian community across the United States right now are not happy with the Biden administration, the State Department, and what their impartial support the TPLF terrorist group. The way, I'm gonna be honest and tell you how I'm gonna vote. When it comes to the Senate and federal election, I'm gonna vote the other way for the first time. But for my local Alexandria folks, I'll vote as a Democrat because I need my local representative here in Alexandria. But I want the local representative in Alexandria when they meet the Senate official like Tim Kaine, Mark Warren, and their Congress people who are impartially supporting the TPLF terrorist group, to let them know the message that we Ethiopians are here in Northern Virginia, over 50,000 Ethiopians. We've been organized, and we're gonna make them listen to our voice for the first time, and they're gonna hear it. Thank you, and I'd like to invite all the organizers to the stage. For those of you who are interested in donating for this event, we have a booth back there. Please go and donate. We also have Glean and EPAC, which is American Ethiopian Public Action Committee. Engage with them, register. So we, just like the Koreans, the Israelites in the US, we're gonna organize and we're gonna let them know what Ethiopia means to the Biden administration. Thank you.
And we organize this event so that the people can come out and organize and go to the vote, because we are the highest majority of the diaspora group, and we've never been considered as voting black. So I think this was, we got these people together, and we hope that we will be a strong community. But I want to make it clear that we also are grateful for some of the representative. Congressman Chris Smith has been an ally of Ethiopia. Piero just texted me and he's not going to be able to make it, but we had something for him. And also, I would really give a shout out to Senator Warner. He has been a friend to us, and Bo is here, so we want to recognize him. We have a problem with the Foreign Committee, Senator Kaine, and he had made it clear that he's supporting TPLF, and people are frustrated. So, Bo, if you can come to the stage, and we want to acknowledge what Senator Warner has been doing. Thank you.
Thank you, Gannett, again, and thank you so much to the Ethiopian diaspora that's located here in Alexandria and across the Commonwealth. Senator Warner's true tenet and stance towards Ethiopia rests with the engagement of the diaspora community. The diaspora community has been really influential in educating and discussing and engaging what's happening abroad in Ethiopia and how we can strengthen our relationship between the Ethiopian diaspora here in Alexandria and across the Commonwealth, which Gannett has been very helpful in doing, but also figuring out ways in which we can increase trade and investment with our local partners on the Alexandria City Council and with our state representatives, whether that's Governor Northam, who's just declared the first ever African Diaspora Heritage Month here in the Commonwealth of Virginia, and also other colleagues who share the interest of Ethiopia. So Gannett, thank you so much for all that you've done. And I look forward to engaging with all of you all. As a son of the diaspora too, I look forward in my personal and in my professional capacity to engaging and uplifting the diaspora community. Thank you so much.
Thank you again. So,
የተከበራችሁ የኢትዮጵያ ልጆች የኢትዮጵያ ወዳጆች እንኳን እንደገና በዚህ መድረክ በሰላም ተገናኝተን እንዲህ ያማረ የኢትዮጵያን ህብረት፣ ሰላም፣ ፍቅር፣ አንድነት የምናይበት ፕሮግራም ስለፈቀደልን እግዚአብሔር ምስጋና ይግባው። በጣም ቆንጆ የሆነ ኢትዮጵያዊነታችን በትክክል የተገለጸበት ሀገር ማለት ሰው ነው ማለት ይሄ ነው። ዛሬ ኢትዮጵያ መኖራችንን ስላሳየን ነው። ዛሬ እንደምታዩት እነዚህ ሁሉ የከበሩ የመንግስት ተጠሪዎች መጣው ያከበሩን። ይሄንን ግን ከዚህ የምንወስዳቸው ነጥቦች አሉ። ተገናኝተን ስለ ሀገራችን መመስከር የየቀን ህይወታችን መሆን አለበት። እንደዚያ ስናደርግ ነው መኖራችን የሚሰማው። 110 ሚሊዮን ህዝብ ድምፅ እንዲሰማ በየቦታው በየቀኑ መስራት አለብን። ዛሬ እነዚህ የከበሩ ታላቅ ባለስልጣናት መጥተው በመካከላችን አውቀውናል፣ አይተውናል። ይሄንን በበለጠ መስከር አለብን። ከ450 ሺህ በላይ የሆኑ ኢትዮጵያውያን በዚህ በሜትሮ አካባቢ ይኖራሉ። በሚቀጥለው ጊዜ ከዚህ ከፍ ብለን እንደገና መጠን በየካውንቲያችን በየቦታችን እየሄድን የኢትዮጵያነታችን ማንነት መመስከርና የሀገራችንን ልዕልና ከፍ ማድረግ አለብን። እዚህ የምታዩቸው ገነት ጀምሮ በጠቅላላ የምታዩት በኢትዮጵያ ጉዳይ ላይ 7 ቀን የሚሰሩ ወንድሞች እህቶች ናቸው። ይሄ ያያችሁትን ፕሮግራም በ3 ሳምንት ፕሮባብሊ በየቀኑ የቴሌኮንፈረንስ እየተደረገ እየተሰራ በየቦታው እየተሄደ የተሰራ ነው። ድንቅ ስራ ነው። በ15 ሰዎች እንዲህ ማድረግ ከቻል 110 ሚሊዮን እናደርግ እንችላለን። ተራራ እንገፋለን። ይሄንንም ነጥብ እንድትይዙልኝ እፈልጋለሁ። ትልቅ ህዝብ ነን፣ ትልቅ እንሆናለን። ይሄንንም እናስመሰክራለን። የምታዋቸው ወንድሞች ባለፈው ያያችሁትን 12 ሴኔተር ስቴት ዲፓርትመንት ለማነጋገር ታላላቅ የሃይማኖት መሪዎችን ይዘው ኮንግረስ የተገኙ ናቸው። ይሄንን ማድረግ ይቻላልና እያንዳንዳችን ከዚህ የምንወስደው እስራኤላውያን የሚናገሩት ነገር አለ። if it is not me who, if it is not now when። ዛሬ ካልሆነ መቼ እኔ ካላረኩት ማን ያደርገዋል ማለት ያስፈልገናል። እንደዚያ ስንል ኢትዮጵያችንን ማስከበር እንችላለን። ህዝባችን ወደ ሰላም ወደ ልዕልና ወደ ከፍታ የሚመጣበት መንገድ እንፈልጋለን። ያለን ጊዜ መልካም ነው። እግዚአብሔር ታላቅ አምላክ ነው። አላህ ታላቅ አምላክ ነው የፈቀደልን። በጣም ነው የምናመሰግነው ስለመጣችሁ። ወደ ገነት ወስዳችኋለሁ።
ጨርሰናል። ፒክቸር ለመውሰድ ብቻ ነው። ቱቱ ሙሉጌታ
Let's go. ሳክሱ የታሪክ ምስክር መስቀል ጽላታችን የእምነታችን ሚስጥር ገዳማት መስጊዶ ሐውልታችን ሳይቀር ሀገሬ ሰቦ እንዴት ነው ሀገሬ አፈሩ እንዴት ነው ሀገሬ ወዞ እንዴት ነው ወፋራዊቱ እንዴት ነው የፈዘዛችሁ ትመስላላችሁ ጨብስ እጃችንን ወደ ላይ ባንዲራ ያዛችሁ ባለስና ያደረገኝ ያሸንተን ያስከበረኝን ሜዳን ወንዙ የሚያኮራኝ እንዴት ነው አላፈቀኝ ያ ወገኔ ያሳደገኝን ያስተማረ ሰው ያረገኝን ያልከፈልኩት የተረፈኝ ለውለታው ባለዕዳ ነኝ ሀገሬን አልረሳም ሀገሬን ወገኔን አልረሳም ወገኔን ስጋና ደሜ የክፉ ቀኔን ምስጢሬ አንጀቴ የራብ ጥማቴ ቢያስለፋ ራክብሬ ከልብ ያልጠፋ የእናት ያባት ታሪክ ብስራቴ የትወንድም የልብ ኩራቴ ኢትዮጵያዊ ወገኔ ሀብት ጋሻ ክብሬ ደጋምሮ ልበቴ እናቴን አልረሳም አባቴ እህቴን አልረሳም ወንድሜ ስጋና ደሜ የክፉ ቀኔ ምስጢር አንተባበር ወደ ላይ እጃችን እስቲ ጀንበር ካለችው እናት ካለችው የእሷን ክፉ ለኔ ባይነ ከሚያሳየኝ እኔን ያስቀድመኝ ዋቻ ፍር ያድርገኝ ማንገና ማንናገ የት ይገኛል ሱሱና ማንገና ማንናገ የት ይገኛል ሱሱና ማንገና ማንናገ የት ይገኛል ሱሱና ማንገና ማንናገ የት ይገኛል ኢትዮጵያ
የእናንተ እስቲ አይሰማማ መመኪያዬ መመኪያዬ ኢትዮጵያ 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 በጣም ያኮራኛል ኢትዮጵያዊነቴ የሀገሬ ፍቅር ጠልቆ በስሜቴ አንቺ የነፃነት የታሪክ አውድማ ባለም ተሰራጭቶ ዝናሽ የተሰማ ኢትዮጵያ ኢትዮጵያ አረንጓዴ ቢጫ ቀይ አረንጓዴ ቢጫ ቀይ በጣም ያኮራኛል ኢትዮጵያዊነቴ የሀገሬ ፍቅር ጠልቆ በስሜቴ ሀገሬን ሀገሬን አይንም አይሰሙ ክፉ ሲናገሩት ወዲህ የባሰው ኢትዮጵያ ኢትዮጵያ አረንጓዴ ቢጫ ቀይ ባንዲራቴ አረንጓዴ ቢጫ ቀይ ባንዲራቴ ኢትዮጵያ ሀገራችን ኢትዮጵያ አረንጓዴ ቢጫ ቀይ ባንዲራቴ አረንጓዴ ቢጫ ቀይ ባንዲራቴ
ኢትዮጵያዊት ልጄ የሀገሬ ፍቅር ሰኖበት ቤቴ አንቺ የነፃነት የታሪክ አውድማ ባለም ተሰራጭቶ ዝናሽ የተሰማ ኢትዮጵያ ሀገራችን ኢትዮጵያ ሀገራችን አረንጓዴ ቢጫ ቀይ ባንዲራችን አረንጓዴ ቢጫ ቀይ ባንዲራችን አዲስ አበባ ዋና ከተማችን አዲስ አበባ ዋና ከተማችን አረንጓዴ ቢጫ ቀይ ባንዲራችን አረንጓዴ ቢጫ ቀይ ባንዲራችን ኢትዮጵያ ሀገራችን ኢትዮጵያ
Can't wait,